Oh, it's Mr. McFeely.
I have seen the future, and he was wearing number 5, and I ain't talking about Robbie Grimsley, folks.
Took out the muffins, took out the trail mix, took out the cookies. They stole the monster cookies.
Wow, that's awesome. That is so awesome. Let's do some broadcasting.
Yeah. All right, let's do some broadcasting with our guy, Mike McFeely, who joins us each and every Tuesday at 9:35. Our viewers love you on the show. I've already got a couple emails saved, but I want to tee off you.
I love me too, so it's good.
With your column on Friday after the Viking debacle in L.A., I believe you used the term cannon fodder.
Cannon fodder, which I don't know if people know what that means in 2025, but back in the olden times, like, you're a Revolutionary War guy, right?
I am a guy, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Ken Bird's got a new special coming next month.
You're a big George Washington guy.
He's the dude, yeah.
Whatever. And your argument is, well, somebody had to be the first. Well, yeah. Okay. I mean, but it was going to be somebody.
He was the tallest guy in the room.
Yeah,
Pick him.
It could have been Jimmy Shimtree from Vermont. Could have been,
taking any Vermont guys. Come on.
The state of Shimtree. But cannon fodder was the guys that they would send into battle, and just knowing that they were going to make it, that they were just going to take up bullets and allow the guys behind them to advance forward. And so Carson Wentz was designated that. He was designated that by Kevin O'Connell, apparently. And after the news came out yesterday about Wentz had broken his shoulder.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, let's just stop for a second. He broke his shoulder against the Browns and then played for 2.5 more games. And we all knew something was wrong. And he said, my shoulder's not, we didn't know it was a broken shoulder and a torn labrum. Okay. He played for 2.5 games with the knowledge of the medical staff and the coaching staff. And as you said before I came in here, the head coach just kept putting him back in the game. And I look back at my column after we learned the news yesterday about Wentz's injury, and it's like I'm Nostradamus.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like, yes. But when you're watching the game, you're going, like, what are they doing?
Yep.
Like, Carson
was grabbing his arm after every throw Thursday night.
The previous, like the Eagles game, he kind of went, he's clearly not healthy, but okay. I mean, maybe it's just sore.
Yep.
He's
got hit in the wrong spot.
Right.
Yep.
Right. I mean, on Thursday, like late in the first half, you're going, oh my goodness gracious, is he in pain?
Yep.
And he just kept getting killed back there. And I'm sitting there watching the game Thursday going, just take him out of the game.
Yes.
Like after the first drive of the third quarter.
Right, it was 21 or 28-3 at that point.
The game's over.
Is lost.
And he's just obviously suffering and pain. And I'm just going, they'll take him out. Well, okay. They're going to take him out now. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. They're not, okay. They didn't take him out till it was like 1:50 left in the game.
And after he had already thrown his helmet in disgust and couldn't.
Right. And then what's his face is
piled
ripping
on.
Him.
Yeah.
Dingbat. Yeah. Were you watching the game, Kirk? Like, were you watching what was happening?
He's not supposed to show emotion there.
No, he's got to be a leader.
Right.
Well,
yeah.
Well, okay. Yep. So anyway, O'Connell's excuse was, well, he kept saying he was okay to go back in the game.
And the doctor said it was okay. He wasn't going to hurt himself any worse.
Was it Dr. Feelgood or something here? Is it like JFK's doctor or Jimmy Page's doctor? I mean, like whose doctor was it? Dr. Sis Boom Bar? Hey, yeah, he's okay. Whatever, man, he's okay. Carson, are you okay? Yeah, it sounds like he's okay.
Yeah,
yep.
The question
tomorrow. And let's make this clear, and I've told this to other. I'm not necessarily a Carson Wentz fan.
No.
I'm just not. And there's clearly been some issues in his NFL career before this with his personality and whatever else was going on in Philly and in Indianapolis. Those teams couldn't wait to get rid of him.
Correct.
So there's clearly something
Washington
going on.
too, actually, at the end too. Yep.
But Thursday I'm looking at the TV going, oh my God.
Yeah.
I feel just bad for him as a human.
Well, and I thought too, I think part of this, maybe in the back of his mind, maybe this is it. This is his fifth major surgery.
That's what I wrote in my column is like O'Connell's said, O'Connell put it on Wentz as to why he didn't come out of the game.
Yeah.
Like O'Connell didn't say, my decision.
It's the head coach. You're
Right.
the head coach.
O'Connell put it on Wentz and said, well, I kept asking him if he was okay, and he kept saying yes. What
else
do you expect him to say?
Correct.
Like, I mean,
Correct.
there's a 32-year-old guy who's on his 6th team in 6 years. He came back specifically to have one last chance, knowing he might get a chance to play at some point. Like, what's he going to say?
Right.
Like,
I mean, Anthony Richardson got pilloried last year for taking himself out of the game.
well, as he should have.
But he's
But
not come back.
that wasn't an injury, though. That was, I'm not playing well,
Right.
so take me out. But I mean, even and then, okay, let's take it the next step. The Savior franchise.
Yeah.
I'm not doubting that he was injured. I'm
But
not
he can't play,
doubting that a high ankle sprain is a bad deal. That's a 6 or 7 week
Yeah.
deal. But he was cleared to play, and he didn't want to apparently play.
Nope, he was the third string guy. Yep.
Like where was and maybe those discussions happened. I
Yep.
don't know. I mean, maybe he told O'Connell, no, I'm ready to go. Let's do this. And O'Connell said, no, we're gonna turn Carson Wentz into the opening scene of Saving Private Ryan, and he's gonna pick up his left arm and stumble through the. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean it's just to me that's like
Yeah.
not only medical malpractice,
That's
but
coaching
but
malpractice.
it brings into question a whole ton of stuff. We're not
Yes.
even talking about. I mean, the concussion stuff.
Yep.
They have a protocol for all that. You can live with a bad shoulder. I live with a bad shoulder. Had it injured 30 years ago, had surgery. It's never quite been right. You deal with it. It's not a big deal. I'm not comparing my situation to Carson Wentz's. He can live with the bad shoulder. But when you know the details,
Yeah.
it's not like it was in the game and you're going, well, boy, my shoulder really hurts. He had a broken shoulder
For 2 weeks.
and a torn labrum.
Yep.
Well, it's his non-throwing shoulder.
Oh.
Okay.
Jeez.
Well, he said he was okay. Okay.
No, why wasn't Brosmer put in the game either? They had no confidence in just to have him hand the ball off for
No, they didn't
2
want him
quarters?
to. No, they didn't want him to. Either he is this
So incompetent that he can't do it?
This conspiracy theory that I saw and that you brought
Yeah.
up, like that he's going to be better.
Right.
No,
I think that's preposterous as well, but it's out there.
It's either A, he's so bad that they can't put him in, and
Yep.
that's. I mean, he's an undrafted rookie free agent.
Yes.
Who has zero experience. So the idea that he is somehow better than J.J. McCarthy because he played for 1 year with the Gophers
Yeah.
and led them to 9 wins. That's why Minnesota sports fans love Max. If Max Brosmer was from Central Michigan, they wouldn't give a rat's patootie about Max Brosmer. But he played a year for the Gophers,
Yeah.
so he must be awesome. It's all so stupid. It's all so dumb.
Yeah.
Which is why I wore this shirt today.
You're surrounded by idiots.
Again,
Yes.
among my collection of I'm surrounded by idiots T-shirts. That's why I wore it today. And and the other Brosmer, they didn't want him to get the crap beat out of him,
Yeah.
and they didn't want him to lose
Yeah.
confidence because they figured maybe there's something there. I'll give them that, right? Like, okay, maybe there's something
yeah.
there. Kevin O'Connell is the quarterback whisperer.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know? And so he's going to turn Max Brosmer into Aaron Rodgers. Okay, that's fine. But they didn't want him to get the living daylights beat out of him.
like Carson
and
did.
so his confidence was shot. Or to get hurt, by the way,
Man.
because the Vikings offensive line is so awful
It's bad.
because of
Yep.
injuries in
Yes.
part. And their defense sucks. And they can't get
Also
off the
glossed
field.
over. Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
the genius defensive coordinator that,
Yeah.
how are they this year?
The guys running free and
They
yeah,
suck.
they're not-
Their general manager we're built to win this year. We're built to win this year. Are you?
I don't.
Are you?
I don't think so.
How's your draft choices gone the last 3 or 4 years, Quasi? Have you drafted anybody worth a crap? Have they? Have they drafted one player worth a crap?
Jordan Addison?
Okay.
I give you Jordan Addison
And
probably.
how's his character?
Not great.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good. Has he been on the field? Why has he missed so many games? Because his head is made of granite?
Bad choices.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Other than that,
So and so
Not great.
you're going to build a franchise on free agent signings, which is fine. But when you sign a bunch of guys who are 32 years
Yeah.
old and have a history of injuries, and then go, "We're built to win today," I guess you're not.
No. And now it's on the kid now who's had 8 quarters of play and 7 of them been bad.
Get in there, kid.
Good luck.
Yep. Whisper
Sign
at
that-
him. Whisper a lot.
Sign that offensive
Whisper a
line,
lot,
too.
KOC, because he ain't got Wentz to throw into the meat grinder anymore for
man.
2.5 games.
All right, let's break. We come back. We'll talk with Mike about what we saw down in Brookings and look ahead the final 4 weeks of the year for the Bison, the Jackrabbits. Who else is potentially in the mix? I know Mike wrote about that yesterday. We'll discuss that. We come back right after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. We got a bunch of emails here. I don't know. Let's go. This is 2 things for Mike. One, regarding your Wentz article. Watching that beating, I said to my wife, it reminds me of Archie Manning getting sacked 11 times for 101 yards lost in 1984.
Whoever that viewer is, I was thinking the same thing because I watched that game in '84, and it wasn't as bad as that. Like Archie Manning, like
It's my grandpa's favorite player.
oh
I
my
loved
god,
Archie
but
Manning.
it was I was thinking the same
Yeah.
thing.
This wasn't the Bears defense we saw on Thursday, but Wentz was still a rag doll. I can't necessarily argue with the decision. If someone's going to take the beating, it wasn't going to be JJ or Brosmer, like you just mentioned. Number 2, where do you rank that Jacks defense among those the Bison have played this season? What I saw on Saturday was among the worst, and it isn't like NDSU did anything particularly unique or inspired. They did exactly what we've seen all year, and the Jacks had no answers.
Yeah, let's use that to launch into Saturday night a little bit if you want. But I thought there was going to be more from SDSU's defense. The offense was going to struggle, even with Chase Mason at quarterback. It was going to struggle against NDSU's defense because it struggled against everybody this year. The defense, though, is where I went, whoa, okay, this is not the same outfit. I still think the Jacks' defensive line is okay.
Yeah.
The big kid in the middle, Colby.
I
just totally
I
blanked
know,
out.
so did I. Claiborne.
Kobe
Claiborne.
Good player,
Yep.
real
Yes.
good player. I mean,
Yes.
he was making a difference. He was
It's
making
a
an impact.
first-team Valley pick, yes.
But boy, I don't. I just didn't think they were anything like they were in the past.
No,
And-
they were getting blown off the
and
line.
I was getting was in a couple text exchanges, just kind of poking around with some guys whose opinion I respect about the game, and they kept telling me, oh, I mean, SDSU's defense did a pretty good job. I'm going, well, in the first quarter, in the first half, when the game mattered,
they were not good.
I mean, watch those first 3 drives.
Yep.
I mean, NDSU's offensive line was blowing them 3 yards off the ball, and Barika, Penu, and DJ Scott had holes.
Yes.
Things tightened up then in the second half. In one case, because NDSU got pinned with the punt, but then after that, it's like NDSU wasn't necessarily trying to.
They
do
went off the
anything.
gas in the second half.
Yeah,
the Bison
I mean,
did. Yeah.
I mean,
Nope.
you got to keep in mind for all you Jackrabbit apologists out there who are thinking that like Chase Mason would have been this savior. I mean,
That's what I asked on the show yesterday. How many points is he good
I
for?
mean, but even if he is good, and it was 31-7
Right.
at halftime, and NDSU used like 10% of its playbook.
Yep.
I mean,
Correct.
There's a lot of stuff that they, I'm sure, had in.
Right.
It was like the 21 title game against Montana State.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
NDSU in that game came out and played so well that Tyler Roll told me this directly into my ears. He said, we used about 15% or less of our play. He
correct.
said, we had all kinds of stuff ready
Yeah.
for the second half that we didn't need to use or want to use because of the situation.
I was surprised. Let me ask you what the Jackrabbit offensive philosophy was in the third quarter when they were huddling and running the football. I didn't get to understand that.
I would go back farther than that and say, what was their philosophy for the entire game? And I guess I had the opportunity to ask Dan Jackson after the game. I didn't. But, okay, so they're football coaches, so they know far more than I do or you do or whomever does. If you're watching the film of your offensive line and you're watching the film of NDSU's defensive line against other teams, you're going, that might be a problem for us. Okay?
Yeah.
You also have in a redshirt freshman quarterback who just hasn't played. I'm not blaming the kid. He just hasn't played. He made some good throws, just hasn't played. Doesn't know what he's doing. So if you're the offensive coordinator, like, is it wise to just have him drop back and have 5 and 7 step drops? Or and then after the first couple drives, then maybe you go, whoa, okay, we can't block these guys.
Yeah.
So maybe again, I'm not an expert. I mean, do you move the pocket a little bit? Do you roll him out?
Something.
Do you give him some quick, sprint outs or give him some options where he doesn't have to like drop 7 steps back and go, oh my God, here comes 3 guys to kill me. So you turn and run the other way.
And lose 14 yards.
Which again, I'm not the kid. It's like what, the kid was put into a situation that was a no-win situation for him. But part of that, in my opinion, is because he wasn't given a chance in some cases. The second half, that was like, we can't drop back and throw, so let's just try to run the ball. I think, and like, okay. I mean, that it was odd, but it was like part of it had to be like, let's just get the
heck out of here. I thought that too.
But it just was just a bad, to me. Again, not an expert, but I've seen a million FCS football games. I just didn't think it was a very good plan. 2
other things here before we got to go. Mike and Dom, this SDSU team gives me 2019 vibes of the quarterback injury and the lack of depth all around. Would like to get your guys' thoughts on what the ceiling is for this team. I'll let you go first.
I don't think that it's a lack of depth thing. The quarterback makes a difference because it's the most important position on the field. I get that. But like their running backs are average.
Right. There's nothing spectacular there.
Ogroski was really the only receiver that you kind of went, okay, that was a heck of a play.
And then he got hurt.
And then he got hurt. So they don't have any explosive players. Their tight ends, did you notice them?
Nope.
I mean, it was...
I noticed them Sunday night in the NFL.
It was coincidental that the next night you saw it, and you go, okay, that guy...
Yeah.
Those 2 guys...
were a problem.
Goddard and Kraft. Those 2 guys played for that team that NDSU played on Saturday night.
Yep.
And that's why SDSU was able to catch up and beat them for a couple of years. The team that was on the field Saturday in Brookings, they might end up 10-2.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't beating UND in Grand Forks.
I don't think so.
I'm not sure NDSU is going to beat
That's
UND
another question,
But SDSU ain't beating them in Grand Forks. So I wrote the column today, published it yesterday, but SDSU isn't the second best team in FCS.
No.
I watched some of the games, not all of them.
Who is?
I said Montana State is right now, even though they lost to the Jacks.
Sagarin says that too, correct? That Montana State is second.
They do. I think UND is better than SDSU. I mean, I don't think there's any question. Even with Chase Mason, I think UND is better than SDSU.
The Bison at 11-1, still a top 2 seed in your mind?
They should be.
I would agree with that.
I still think that, and this is people. This is what Lane Kiffin went off on Venables for. But I still think,
which was pretty good, by the way. I enjoyed that.
I still think NDSU is the better team. I think they're the best team in FCS, but they could lose in Grand Forks.
Yep.
And if you want to thrash me, UND fans, go ahead. I just think that there's a difference in personnel there, but. UND is they got it going right now, and I don't think they match up personnel wise at every position or several position groups, but up there I think their coaching staff is going to have a much better plan, and just got to win Saturday first, by the way, too.
You got Youngstown State coming here.
Yep. But they're going to have a much better plan in place than SDSU's coaches did. They have a better quarterback. They have more. Sawyer Seidel is a much better running back than anybody on SDSU's roster. They have a couple of kids that can get open deep.
B.J. Flemings look like he can do that.
They got some kids who can run through the transfer portal, which was, you could see that was Eric Schmidt's number one priority, was to bring in another quarterback, kid from San Diego State, and then to add some speed and athleticism on both offense and defense. So it's it'll be interesting.
Great stuff, bud. Thanks for coming in this morning. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you later.
You are welcome.
Mike McFeely, we'll see him later today. Tim Polisic press conference coming up at 1:30 today. You'll see it here on WDAY+. We'll break. We come back. Start our second hour. We'll talk some hoops. Dave Richmond going to join us. Bison men open their season next Monday out west against Oregon State. We'll chat about that. We come back.